don't even know where my phone is. That type of stress that you have that you just want to vomit because you're so stressed. That's what it's like driving here for me.
The drive to Sandwich Harbour is pretty interesting. First, you'll spot a bunch of paragliders cruising around the local sand dunes. Then, you'll see a white mountain in the distance. That white mountain is actually just a giant pile of salt. Once you start passing the pink salt flats, you'll know you're on the right track.
These salt pans, they're very shallow, and there's like a pump house right here, and what they do is they pump in seawater, and since it's so shallow, and since we're in the desert and it's very hot, the water evaporates and then leaves the salt. And so as you're driving this road that heads towards Sandwich Bay, where the dunes meet the ocean, you'll see some salt pans that are completely evaporated, and it's just bright white, just awesome amounts of salt, like slight pink tint to it. And then you'll see some pans where they're pumping in the seawater to prepare to let it evaporate, and then they'll harvest the salt afterwards. I really, really like salt. Like, this might be a new career decision for me. I might need to move here, start digging my own salt pans, because I like salt. Anyway.
Eventually, the road just ends.
It looks like a really fresh layer of snow.
So Sandwich Harbour is another tourist attraction, definitely something to see. It's where the dunes meet the sea. It's one of the few places in the world where that happens. However, to get there, when you drive past the salt pans by the company Salt Works just south of Walvis Bay, the road will suddenly stop, and it just says Sandwich Harbour is 50 kilometers that way, and you can tell it just turns into beach. So there's lots of tour companies that will take you there if you're willing to give them your hundreds of dollars, or if you rented a car, which you probably did if you're driving up and down the Skeleton Coast, hopefully you got a 4x4, and we are gonna attempt to find it ourselves. So we might make it, we might just turn around because we get sketched out by almost getting stuck in the sand. We'll see.
We stopped twice and considered turning back. We almost got stuck next to an incoming tide. We had to drive up and over small dunes as the beach slowly disappeared, and eventually we arrived.
Think?
That was incredibly stressful. I've never really driven in the sand. And Jimmy's like, well, put on your big girl panties and we're going for a ride. I was like, no, I'll just turn around and just forgo the Sandwich Harbour, but oh, he made me do it.
Okay, here's the deal. Our little pretend four-wheel drive Nissan barely made it. Took us from here where the road turns to the beach about an hour to get to officially Sandwich Harbour where the dunes meet the water. It is very pretty though, and very unique situation. If you're timid and not confident in your driving abilities in very soft, loamy sand with some drop-offs into the water, I mean, we may have almost got stuck right by the ocean while the tide was coming in, and so I may have freaked out for about 5 seconds. Mostly I was just joking with Maggie, like, no, we're fine, but for like 5 seconds there, I was like, okay, I need you to do this and only this. But we were fine, everything's great. I would recommend a car with maybe some more grippy tires.
Clearance. And
more clearance, because you're in some pretty deep ruts, and we had to really spot for like rocks sticking up in the middle part, like the median of the ruts, because it would hit the undercarriage, and it just didn't sound very good. You want something with some more clearance than like a pretend SUV. A Jeep Wrangler, pickup truck, anything like that would be great. But just know, so we saw no one else in their own cars, rental cars out there. We saw maybe, what do you think, 8 to 10 cars, Maggie?
Maybe
all in
8, maybe
much
6.
more capable vehicles than us, but they were all safaris. They all had like tour group labels on them, safari this and that. So all the people that were in those cars were probably paying hundreds of dollars when we just paid for a tank of gas. So it can be done. And if you get stuck or something else goes wrong, you know, adventure, you can't plan out adventures, they just happen to you. So, okay, on to the next destination.